What's up, everybody? This is episode 5 of The Late Night Channel Eeps. And today I did my first ever sprint triathlon event. A sprint triathlon comprises of three uh, different segments. First is the 500-meter swimming, followed by a 20-kilometer bike, and then concluded by a 5-kilometer run. My strongest point among the three is running. My weakest is swimming, which is probably why swimming is first for the sprint triathlon. This is the first time I also ever done something that just like combine all three. So honestly, my experience was incredible. I was with my friends who also joined up for the sprint triathlon. And what's interesting is that there's a lot of strategy behind that. Like I've noticed like how people set up their camp where they have their bike rack, and then he would put like a towel on the ground and put all their, like, the helmets and the water bottle and the shoes, so that when transition becomes much as seamless as possible between each segment. So I thought that was really interesting. Very very process, very strategic, and so it very is interesting to observe. Let alone like the race, but to see how everyone has their gear set up. These crazy bikes, I see these crazy bikes are souped up. I bet you some of them were like at least take $10,000. These bikes were hard. But yeah, so that was a great time, great experience. I am so tired, and my muscles are definitely very tired. I think I got a cramp in my right calf, and my left leg has got a bit of a sore as well. But anyway, I'm digressing just a little bit, so I apologize. But really, this conversation today is about why I run and how did I start running. And it's quite simple, really, because um, I would like to think that majority of my viewers and majority of society are using computers, mobile phones. We work our day-to-day jobs using one form of computer or some sort of interface, and we're always mostly sitting down. And I remember, like, as a designer, I don't remember. It's just for us, like, as a designer, as an artist, I'm always like on a computer. Okay, I'm always like, probably like my posture's pretty awful, probably. And I realized there was a point where, you know what, I really need to move my body. I really need to be active. I need to somehow. I just can't stay in this posture for, like, day in day out. That's just not how the human body works. We're supposed to go out. We're supposed to hunt. We're supposed to, like, get our food. We're supposed to, like, survive. But now, I like to think that survival is we're not getting hunted too much anymore by, like, wild animals. So so we need to keep that natural rhythm of the human body. And running is, for me, first of all, when I started running like over 10 years ago. I think it was like 2012. I started seriously like considering running. And um and through that is like building that momentum. And I started doing that, and I could tell you, like, it's not like, oh, I have to do it. It's just something just clicked in me. I decided to make the run happen. Um, but I do remember vividly that I was so tired. Like, after just like, I don't know, 500 meters, I was out of breath. My first time actually like getting my gear, just going for a run. And mind you, my outfit was a simple shirt, shorts, some sneakers. I love running because it's also low maintenance, right? It doesn't really cost much. Get some pair of shoes, get shorts, get a t-shirt, go outside, and then run. Work out a sweat, and call it a day for your exercise. But I think it was like 500 meters. I just ran that, and I was out of breath. I remember that. But what's interesting is that when you keep a cadence of like running, I was doing like 3 times a week or 2 times a week, and taking it at a good pace. Like I don't want to like go crazy. Just like kind of build that momentum, build that rhythm. Um, I start over the years. I started to improve and improve and improve. That I started to do the 10 kilometers, then 15 kilometers, then half marathon, um, equivalent. Excuse me, I have the sniffles because I was outdoors all morning, so some allergies got to give. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and and running. I know there's some people say that running is absolutely boring, but I find that running is such a meditative experience, and it really clears the mind. When I'm on the computer and working, and I have all those things going on, there's a point of me where it's just like I need to release my tension or just kind of like just focus my mind on something else. And running allows that because through running, I start to listen to my body. I listen to like my breathing pattern, controlling my breath as I run, and just really focus on that everything else becomes background noise or just becomes the background, and really it's just me focusing and presently running and observing. Honestly, sometimes I'm running and I'm looking at the trees, I'm looking at the sky, look, and just like this kind of marvel at just sort of the natural beauty of things. And that just, I don't know, is that what you call runner's high? Because that's eventually that's how what it became to be. And to the point that now I have withdrawal symptoms because like there's certain days I'm like, man, I'm really sort of like not aligned. What's going on? And I mentioned like before my one of my Instagram stories, like what's wrong? Like why am I so like agitated? Like something's not aligned with me. Even coffee doesn't put me into like focus. And it was a reason why because my body's telling me, yo, you got to run. You got to get out there, get active. I need some flow. I need some air. I need the heart pumping. I gotta like pump the blood cells and the oxygen through my veins, my smallest veins, the biggest veins, to all my entire body. My body needs to be in sync when I'm running, the breath, everything. I need to be activated. The whole body needs to be activated. And that was it. That's what did it. And I went outside, and after that, I was like, oh man, that was great. That's exactly what I wanted. So like a habit. Running became a habit, despite people saying how like boring it is. But no, I mean it's only boring because uh, um, you're just not focused enough, I think. Or it's just sort of like that you have to like really tune into yourself and hold into your breath and to just really focus on yourself presently. I think that's part of the how do I say, the progression of learning how to like not just run but to really be in the present moment. So I've been doing that, as I mentioned, for over 10 years, and I had I've been fortunate enough to run in different places around the world. Um, New York City, of course, Tokyo, Japan, Osaka, even Kyoto. Like it's great. Once you start running, then you run in different places. It doesn't even mean outside of your country or outside your city. Just different, just explore, and something happens when you're running in different environments, and you just feel very like enlightened. So basically, that's why I do it. It's really about my health. It's really about like being active and making sure that you keep, especially in our really busy lives, is to keep ourselves in check. And the more you do it, the more your body will thank you. So yeah, my sprint. So it came up to be a sprint triathlon, and my buddy. John. I remember I was in Tokyo back in like late January or mid around February, early February, and I was about to go to bed, and I get this random message from him, and John goes, "Hey, there's this like sprint marathon happening in Ottawa. You should sign up for the early bird." And I'm so tired. I'm like, oh, John, what is it? Oh, this thing. And then I was like, then I thought about it. Like I never did a triathlon before, and I said, maybe this is different. Maybe this is an opportunity to try something new, shake things up a bit. You're always running, try something different. So I decided to do it, and I YOLO'd it. I was like, okay, YOLO, let's go, let's try it, see what happens. Because I told myself, maybe I'll learn something new. Maybe I will learn something new about myself, learn something, a new skill, shake things up a bit, it's good to have a bit of entropy in this world, it's just, you never know, some random things could happen. And indeed it did. After this, I trained, I practiced for my swimming, thanks to Dan, who's also part of the, like our buddy triathlon group today, and we it's interesting because like now we learn, we're like a team. We hang out together. We connect in many in new ways, besides work and career wise. But where we have a team going, so we have community involved. And I learned about bikes. I love, I appreciate now why people love to bike around. It's such, I'm a runner, but now I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should invest in my own bike, so I can traverse the city, but also like it's so cool to equip it and soup it up. I don't know if I'm going to do a $10,000 bike, but maybe I would like to have a nice one as an alternative to a car or something. Since I'm a city dweller anyway. So anyway, we'll see what happens. But yeah, so I just thought that I want to keep this very light. This is long weekend, so I don't want to get too heavy on design stuff. But I just thought I'd share my experience of my running and my triathlon, my sprint triathlon. It was a challenge. It was a mental. If anything, it was a mental challenge. Really, a mental challenge. It's trying to like, how do I maintain the momentum between each session and keeping that focus. So I'm very, very happy. Can I say it? I'm very proud of myself that, I did this. And it's a huge milestone, a big success for my personal development, for my body's development. And that is most paramount because at the end of the day, you can have a very sharp mind, but if you don't have a sharp body and you're not aligned, then nothing else matters. I do believe at the end of the day, there's a saying mind over matter, but I do believe that mind and matter must be at equilibriums to fully manifest true potential of your output. You can't do anything if you can't do anything if you don't have if you don't have a healthy body. Vice versa, with a unhealthy mind but a healthy body, I mean, it just doesn't work. So if you can find alignment in these things, then I think that that is truly the best outcome, at least for me, my observation. So that's it. Again, we'll keep this light. Thank you for listening. Comment, subscribe, and I'll have more stories to share and more of my perspective. If you have any questions, design related or anything, just let me know, and maybe there's I could be one of my topics for my next episode. Again, yeah, running's great. You know what? I'm actually thinking for Eepverse, I'm launching this NFT drop I want to do, this community I'm going to be launching June 14th at Art Engine. Part of that whole community vibe, I really do believe in a healthy community, and perhaps I love to do some like Eepverse or EEPMON swag, a wearable apparel that's like health related. So imagine like a triathlon suit that's decked out EEPMON, or like a just like runners, or like, or just t-shirt, pants, like I think it'd be pretty cool. I'd be down to that. So we'll see. Anyway, that's it. Hope you have a good evening, day, or wherever you are in the world. And until next time, episode 6 next time. Okay, see you there. Bye bye.